Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In the Days of Our Lives recap for September 6, 2023, Harris Michaels rescues Ava from a difficult situation by leaping aboard his noble white horse. Talia also got some good news, Johnny got some good advice from EJ, and Trip and Wendy finally got some time to themselves. Let's take a closer look at what took place now. At Bayview, a startled guard pulled his own gun in response to overplugging her and Harris, Steve Burton, assailant, escalating the situation. Ava genuinely considered stopping the do-better, demanding that he or his do-better comrades would guarantee that she'd decay in a jail cell for protecting herself. Harris figured out how to convince his great pal to surrender the firearm, which he then used to place the apprehension about Gort into the gatekeeper and help in his and Ava's getaway into the evening. Understand TAS. Discover the next episode of Days of Our Lives. The less than dynamic duo paused for a moment to consider their actions after completing their run. They can't go back to Bayview because that naughty nurse might still have friends there who are waiting for her to attack. And since Ava is absolutely certain that EJ is the one who gave the order to kill her, the two agree that it is best for them to remain hidden for the time being. So it's off to the No-Tell Motel in Salem's suburbs. The news of what happened at Bayview, on the other hand, abruptly halted Rafe and Jada's office canoodling session. When the officers arrived on the scene, they quickly realized that the seriously injured victim might not have been so innocent after all. Kayla, on the other hand, pondered whether she should contact room 304 at the Salem Inn and inform Trip, who had given her his phone, of the happenings with his mother. She came to the conclusion that it could wait until tomorrow. Trip and Wendy, Victoria Grace, who got to wear it for the first time, would probably be grateful to her for that. EJ sat around and listened to Johnny go on and on about how he still pines for Chanel, but decided to bow out of fighting for her hand because he had nothing else to do while he waited for his goon to kill Ava. To use EJ's words, that was stupid. Papa had to admit that the new and improved Chanel really impressed him, as Johnny was taken aback for a moment by the sudden endorsement of Chanel by EJ. She is also significantly superior to Johnny's other lady friend, Ava anyone. Talia, a Quechua civilian, was encouraged that Chanel was giving her the time of night, despite the fact that she might not have been as good at bowling as her date. It was a bonus that the date was going so well. Kayla called to ask Talia to be at the hospital as soon as the two started smooching. Talia was thrilled to learn that she would actually be joining the staff, albeit on a provisional basis, despite her whining that the hospital board had probably rejected her application. Additionally, she can begin tomorrow. Johnny was standing in the living room when Talia dashed back to Chanel's apartment. Johnny said his goodbyes to the ladies and headed out the door after telling Chanel he was still in love with her. Days of Our Lives airs weekdays in the United States on Peacock, Plus and Canada, on the W Network or Global TV app. Check out all of the most recent days' spoilers to learn more about what's going to happen in Salem. Additionally, click here for a comprehensive history of the show. Join the conversation on our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, or check our Instagram stories for updates on what's going on with your favorite soaps. See you around there? We knew Vivian would shake things up from the moment we learned she would be returning to Days of Our Lives. Vivian, after all, does that. After learning that Victor's funeral would begin on Friday, however, we realized that she would almost certainly reveal some shocking information. Yet, what kind? Could she spring up with a mysterious Victor kid? No, I've been there and done that. She pulled that off with Stefan O. Dimara. Would she return fire, hoping to finally kill Maggie for taking Victor's place? Even if she escapes prison, it seems silly of her to throw everything away with something so stupid. However, this does not preclude her from returning with a gun to Maggie. She'll just carry it out more legally, because what if, rather than returning with a half-baked violent plot, Vivian reveals that she and Victor were still legally married instead? You see, Victor was married to Vivian when Maggie first fell in love with him. She decided to settle for taking control of Titan after failing in her attempt to kill Maggie directly. That was all well and good until Brady left her on a deserted island and offered her freedom in exchange for Titan's return to the Kyriakis family and Victor's divorce. She didn't want to agree to it, so why wouldn't she have come up with a way to get out of it? Since revealing her hand too early would have been disastrous, she could have kept it in her back pocket for years. He would have had time to ensure that they were divorced and that he and Maggie were married if Victor was still alive. Be that as it may, in the event that Vivian held on until after Victor's passing, indeed, there wouldn't be whatever anybody might do about it. She could challenge the provisions of the will, taking everything from Maggie and leaving her out in the cold because she was Victor's legal wife. In point of fact, if Vivian obtained possession of the mansion, she could expel the entire Kyriakis family. Indeed, everybody aside from perhaps Philip, yet we don't see him simply obliging a plan that is certain to estrange him from his family by and by. Then there's Titan. Yet again, assuming Victor's portions wind up going to her, she could move her direction into control and introduce herself into running it. Or on the other hand, she could actually insult the Kyriakis family and put Stefan in charge, then, at that point, begin her making arrangements for a threatening takeover of Demira too. From the Kyriakises and the Dimeras, Vivian could soon have everything she wanted, and all it took was a little persistence. After Susan Banks' alleged death nearly a year ago, it appears that E.J. Demira is losing his mind because he finally decided that killing Eva Vitelli is the only way for him to rest easy. At the point when Xander Cook would not make it happen, E.J. compromised his life and called another person to assist him with dealing with things. Johnny Demira accidentally gets in the way of E.J. as he gets ready to enter Bayview and ensure that Ava pays for what she did to his beloved, quirky mother. He wants to talk to his father at the worst possible time, which could ruin E.J.'s evil plan. In addition, E.J. is unaware of the true situation at Bayview. Ava is now insisting to Harris Michaels that Susan is still alive and that she needs his assistance to determine exactly what took place. Ray Fernandez will soon be informed of additional troubling information from Bayview that has the potential to alter everything. Harris is prepared to assist Ava in any way he can, which is about to send them both on the run with the police close behind them. What's the point of two young adults sharing an apartment for months? It would appear that Wendy Shin and Trip Johnson have not yet carried out the act. It must be special for this couple with no chemistry, right? For a romantic evening, they leave their apartment and bring their belongings to the Salem Inn. It has been a long time since Wendy chose Trip over Johnny, but Wendy finally suggested that Trip take their relationship to the next level after hearing that her brother was having sex in the room next door. Is it going to be everything they had hoped for? Despite Johnny's feelings for Chanel Dupree, it's possible that Wendy will begin to regret her decision and fall for Johnny once more. Peacock lets you watch new Days of Our Lives episodes every weekday at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.